course, in the meantime, we've got Jen Collins back on the couch with us. It's Severe Weather Awareness Week. What are we talking about today?
Today is hurricanes and flooding, kind of the two combined. Of course, last year was a very significant season for much of the Southeast, including here in Florida. I mean, we had two major hurricanes make landfall in the state. And of course, Helene was very memorable because it created catastrophic flooding for parts of North Carolina and inland South Carolina too. So let's talk about hurricane preparedness. No other state has more hurricane landfalls than Florida. And you need to know the kind of hazards that arrive when it comes to hurricanes. That include storm surge, strong winds, tornadoes, and inland flooding, as well as marine hazards, including rip currents and beach erosion too. Now, we rate hurricanes based on the Saffir-Simpson scale, which goes from Category 1 to Category 5 based on the maximum sustained winds. So what should you do before a storm arrives? Well, develop a hurricane plan ahead of the season for your family, business, and your individual needs. Know your evacuation zone, and have a hurricane kit stocked with food and water for at least 7 days. Good amount of water, 1 gallon per person per day for 3 days. And as we also take a bigger picture at not only hurricanes, but also flooding too. Very important when it comes to flood safety. Never drive through any flooded roads and never drive around barricades. And this does include saltwater inundation too. We have king tide season here in South Florida. This includes the fall months. This is an example here of Flagler Drive, the video I took just last year, showing some of that flooding associated with it. Now, king tide is essentially the highest predicted tides of the year, and these can contain plenty of hazards. You don't know how deep the water is, and you don't know what's underneath that water either. And so really pay attention to any barricades that are on the ground. If there's a sign that says road underwater, best case scenario, turn around, don't drown. That is salt water. It's not very good for your car. So if you end up driving through that, make sure you get your undercarriage of your vehicle cleaned off with fresh water.